Texas is on the cusp of a housing problem, and they have some important decisions to make in the coming years that can determine if they maintain their housing affordability or follow the mistakes of California. Affordable homes have become a key selling point towards moving to Texas, and it seemingly worked, as people and businesses have left states with expensive housing like California and New York in favor of Texas. However, with an estimated 1.6 million new residents by 2030, Texas will have to ensure they can maintain housing affordability to keep up their strong economic growth. More people are moving to Texas than there are housing units being built, which is the recipe for a housing shortage, and if unsolved, could leave Texas in the same boat as California. Texas's cities, like most US cities, have a tendency to build out and not up. Suburban sprawl and an availability of cheap land has allowed Texas's metro areas to build low-cost suburban homes, which has kept their cities affordable. However, with this new influx of people, Texas's cities can't keep building outwards forever. If they want to maintain this affordability and have enough housing in the coming years, it's time to put more of a focus on building up. This zoning map of Austin is a bit concerning. Every area in yellow is zoned for single-family homes, and these yellow single-family zones press right against the urban center, which is highlighted in pink. The city is completely missing dense housing surrounding the city center. It goes from a downtown area right into single-family homes. This zoning makes it illegal to build dense housing or anything other than single-family homes in the majority of the city. Building more apartments and compact housing is essential if Texas wants to continue on its economic growth trend. They actually have been building some apartments, certainly a lot more than California. California built around 51,000 apartments in 2022, while Texas built over twice that, despite having a smaller population. And overall, Texas has built 3 times as much housing per capita as California has. And it's this statistic that has allowed the state to have more affordable housing than California so far. However, Texas has reached uncharted growth, and they now have the huge influx of people. Large, fast population growth was a key factor that drove up California's housing prices. And this is also starting to happen in Texas. Parts of the Dallas metro area saw single-family home values increase by up to 34% in just 1 year. California, when faced with these rapidly increasing housing prices, widely stuck to single-family homes and frequently refused to build apartments or allow for dense zoning. This drove up their housing prices a lot, and it's this choice made by California that has played a part in their recent population decline. However, now Texas is starting to face a similar choice. Stick to sprawling single-family homes, or begin to focus on more dense housing. Texas's metro areas are running out of farmland that's in a commutable distance to build new single-family homes on. And once they do run out, it becomes a matter of supply and demand, and prices will continue to rise just as they did in California. In Austin, the city zoning code, which prevents anything other than single-family homes from being built in most of the city, hasn't been updated since 1984, back when the population was much less than it is today. They also have a minimum lot size for single-family homes of 5,750 square feet. This minimum lot size means that homes take up more valuable land in the city, allowing less people to live in these single-family areas and farther driving up housing prices. This single-family zoning can quickly result in the gentrification of entire neighborhoods. When there's a ton of demand, it provides developers a high return on investment to go into more affordable neighborhoods, buy a house, and then tear it down and build something that is sometimes 2 to 3 times the original purchase price. If this repeats just a few times, it drives up housing prices across the neighborhood and prices out the original residents. I went into detail about this in my video on gentrification, which I'll link below. But this is starting to become a recurring theme in Austin. I know I just talked a lot about the problems and potential bad news. However, I want to give some credit to Austin and Dallas. In Austin, in the areas where apartments are permitted, there are over 32,000 units of apartments planned and under construction. However, there are still more people moving to Austin than there are new units of housing being built. In Dallas, apartments are also being added, with over 70,000 new apartments that are planned or under construction. In 2023, it's estimated that around 33,000 of these new apartments will be added to the housing market. These new apartments are definitely a positive trend for Austin and Dallas, and these cities have certainly begun to build up. However, most of these apartments are confined to the downtown areas, and there's a limited amount of space in downtown. Once they run out of space to build new apartments, the cities will run the risk of a rapid decrease in new housing units being constructed and delivered to the market. This is what happened in California, as they limited apartments to downtown. Downtown San Francisco added apartments. They just rarely changed the zoning in other parts of the city to deviate from single-family homes. And as a result of that choice, they see some of the highest cost of living and housing prices in the nation. One could argue that Texas's growth is dependent on cheap housing. Affordable cost of living, a key component of which is housing, is a main reason that so many people have moved to Texas in the first place. In order for Texas to maintain their affordability and avoid the mistakes of California, it's time to keep building up and not out.